So, how regulated do you feel in your own body? There is so much research that shows us how our regulation affects our child's regulation. And this is not meant in any way to put guilt or blame or shame on any parent. This is about empowering ourselves, understanding how much our nervous system regulation affects our child and affects how we are able to respond to our child. So this month in the community, we're talking all about regulation for us, finding space for us to get that regulation and what tools we can use to support ourselves easily, quickly, without anything extra, just in those moments when we need it. We can obviously use these tools in the moment when we desperately need them, in the face of that meltdown by our child, or that that challenging behavior or whatever it is that we see from them, or we can use it as regular regulation, so things that we do on an ongoing basis to get that kind of baseline regulation, which obviously is going to be really helpful in those difficult moments. So I would definitely suggest that. I've created a framework which is called Breathing Space, and it's the acronym is around space. There are 4 steps, 4 ideas to explore. I don't really want to use steps actually, because I don't want you to feel that you have to do it in a certain order. I don't want you to feel that it has to be done over a certain period of time. I want it to be so easy that you can pick bits out when you've got 30 seconds, or you can use the whole thing when you've got a longer period of time. I want you to dip in and out of it and be able to use it in whatever way works for you. So S is for senses, using those outward facing senses, sight, sound, taste, touch and smell, to notice what is going on around you, connect with the world around you, get out of that busy, sometimes chaotic feeling in our heads, get into those senses, notice what you can see, what you can smell, what you can touch, even if it's literally just, what does it feel like sitting in this chair? Or what are those birds doing in the tree? Just something that takes you to that connection. The second is P, and that is pausing, and that is going inside our body. So just taking that moment to feel what is going on physically in our body. Can we feel our heart beating? Can we feel our stomach rumbling? What about when we breathe in and out? What are our ribs doing? Just something as simple as that. And if it feels overwhelming to go through your whole body, just go into your hand or your foot and notice what it feels like. What's it laying on? What are the sensations inside it? You can be as creative as you want to with that and do what feels safe and comfortable for you. The third part of the framework is the A, and that's attuning into your head and your thoughts and your feelings. So not so much the physical sensations in your body, but what feelings do you have? And that connects to obviously those physical sensations. What sensation is that giving me? Have I got a tight chest? Am I feeling wound up about something? Do I have pains in my feet, or do I have a really bad headache? What is that showing me about how I'm feeling? Again, we're noticing with compassion. We're trying not to judge. We're trying not to belittle or berate ourselves or criticize ourselves for the feelings or the thoughts that we have. We're just noticing them, and we're thinking about how they are interacting. The fourth part of the framework is all about creating the C from space, creating opportunities to have little moments of awe, glimmers, as Deb Dana calls them. Those moments, whether you're on your own or you're able to share them with somebody else, that just make you step back and really lean into something, where you can really notice something or smell it, or again, your senses may well be involved here. Just those moments of awe that you can go, wow, that is amazing. It's amazing what that flower, the detail that flower has on it, or just watching that sunset, or seeing that person and having a conversation with them. Feel into the energy that it gives you. And if possible, share that moment of awe or that glimmer with somebody else, because retelling it or seeing their enjoyment around it gives us all of those lovely happy hormones as well. So creating those moments of awe. The fifth part of space is enable. I hope that these other ideas will enable you to have that space, enable you to feel more confident, feel more empowered with your child, so that you are able to co-regulate with them. Co-regulation is when we allow our child to make use of our safe nervous system when they are having a difficult time, when they are feeling dysregulated. Remember, nobody is born with the ability to self-regulate. We learn that over a period of many, many years. It is one of those executive functions where that part of our brain is really only mature in our mid to late 20s. So it takes a long time for self-regulation. And even then, we cannot self-regulate ever in our lives completely on our own. We are always looking for support, and most often that is from other people. So our child is learning that process of co-regulation from us. And if we are that safe, grounded place for them, and that person who can support them in that moment and help them with whatever they need in that moment, then we are able to help them to build those skills of self-regulation. So I hope that the breathing space framework will be useful. Obviously, breathing space, I didn't mention the breathing part of it. If you are able to take 3 breaths, breathe in as far as feels comfortable for you. Try to make the out breath longer than the in breath. That is the part that slows our heart rate down. Those 3 breaths can work really well in a moment where you feel your emotions rising, where you begin to get dysregulated. Use those 3 deep breaths. Even if a breath doesn't feel good, if it doesn't feel safe in that moment, you could just sigh. That can be a sign to our nervous system that we are safe and we're okay with this, just to help that regulation. You will find what works for you. I want you to take what works for you and pack those things into your backpack so that you've got them on a daily basis, a moment-to-moment basis, when we are with our children and we are needing that regulation. You can draw on those tools and you can use what works for you. If you're in our community, you will know that there is EFT and breathing. I'm so excited for these sessions through the month of January. We've had 1 breathwork session with Emma so far, who's a yoga teacher and a breathwork practitioner. We have Magda, who is going to be doing some EFT with us, tapping, you may know it by that word. Just that way of regulating. No equipment, just you and your body and a little bit of time. And she's going to show us some amazing things starting tomorrow. So come into our community if you want to take part in those things. Special offer in January, £15 for the month, £20 for a month thereafter. The normal price is £25. So you're getting a deal for as long as you choose to stay in our community. I hope that this is helpful for you, and here's to your regulation, our regulation. Understanding that when we have regulation, we have so much more ability to support our children and to feel that we are being the parents that we want to be. You have a good day. I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.